Hello and welcome everyone, it's me, TheLaval, or the Power Tool Duelist, back for you. And today I will not be bringing you the 3 Mechanized Madness structure deck profile. I have the deck right here, but I've been testing around with a few other variants, and that's why I'm recording this instead. And yeah, something that I put together more of as a tech thing, fun thing, is I did on in the same order for the 3 structure decks. I also included a small Machina package because I was planning on taking this into Morphtronics. Because new ways to play Morphtronics I think are always great, and I really took a liking to these Machina cards, and that's why I'm going to show you the deck profile now. We're getting into the Morphtronic portion first. Morphtronic Stefan, you know this guy from my original profile. He's amazing. He just is your best machine dupe target, because if you machine dupe him, you just go ham. And can easily take games with him, because in attack position, he lets you reveal the top cards of your deck, depending on what you roll with the die. And lets you special summon level 4 lower Morphtronics from those cards. So he is amazing. Fantastic card, 3 of staple in every Morphtronic variant. Then I'm going into the Machina package. I am running 2 Citadel, just 2 Citadel because you mostly search this off of redeployment and want to ditch this with Fortress or other cards that discard for cost, maybe 1 for 1. But the main appeal of this is that a lot of the Morphtronics are Earth machines, so you're able to recurse Citadel really easily in the deck without any problems. And also the pop effect gets neat when I get to talk about Power Tool Dragon. But that will be that. And then I run 1 Machina Metal Cruncher. I put 2 of these because I ordered a playset into the Machina variant I am in the end going to run. But first, I'll bring you the 3 structure deck profile when that had its fair share of testing and I'm confident with the list. But no, Metal Cruncher is cool because if you control no cards, can normal summon him, his attack points his base attack points become 1800. And if he's summoned, you can reveal 3 Earth machines from your deck, and your opponent adds 1 randomly to your hand. And guess what is an Earth machine? I really had times where I, during testing, normal summoned this with its effect, used its effect, grab Cellphone, maybe get a Citadel, and maybe get a Fortress on the board through the special summoning effect, and then made Platinum Gadget with Metal Cruncher and Fortress to special load Cellphone into Machine Dupe. Casual plays, I know, but I thought it was really funny just to have a way to search out Cellphone, but yeah. Next up, I mentioned it, 2 Machina Fortress. Fortress is cool, just being able to special summon this from the grave, from your hand, just a level 7 body on the board that has a great on-field effect. If it gets destroyed by battle, you destroy 1 card your opponent controls. If it gets targeted by a monster effect, you just rip 1 card out of your opponent's hand. It's amazing. Great buddy as well, mostly used to go into a Synchro monster we'll be talking about later. Then I cut down on a lot of Morphtronics that weren't Earth, but I couldn't stop myself from running Scopen, because Scopen easily enables Power Tool Dragon, and I kind of have a thing for Power Tool Dragon. Yeah, Scopen's great, in attack position, special summon a level 4 Morphtronic from your hand. The nice thing, in contrary to my equip build, is that the defense position effect does come up here, because you do have a generic level 8 Synchro monster in here, which I just stumbled across in my binder and decided to run because it was neat. So Scopen's defense position effect of becoming level 4 does come in handy sometimes. Next up, Morphtronic Remoten. just maxing out on Earth Morphtronics. Could also see Borden in this deck if you want to. But I think with Borden, you just limit yourself to level 3s, and Borden's defense position effect kind of works against Citadel's graveyard effect. So, Remoten. Nice searcher, banish a Morphtronic from grave while in attack. To add a Morphtronic with the same level from your deck to your hand, it's great. Also another machine dupe target. Then Staplen, I know I just mentioned with Borden, works against the Citadel effect, but Staplen just has a great body, great effects, and is an Earth level 4, so you can go into Naturia Synchros, which I do like to run. Next up, 3 Boomboxen. Same thing as with Staplen, great body, great effects. The double swing effect is really neat. Yeah, just a great card. Next up, this got cut to Smartphone because I do run less Morphtronics, and yeah, you can also run this at 3. I just cut down to 2 because it was the one I was more able to cut than the others. So Smartphone at 3 would also be fine. You could also run like a Staplen or a Boomboxen less. But I just decided to cut Smartphone in this list. No real great reason behind that. Maybe bump this up to 3 in the future, but he's just the one who got the short end of the stick. Then 3 Machina redeployment. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned in the original Machina profile I recorded before I decided to do some further testing with the deck. Amazing search card, really great. Just being able to not only set up your grave but also grab 2 archetypal cards from the deck. Basically, if you discard a Machina. Is amazing. And if in the future, because as I mentioned in the tech video, Morphtronics are due for support, as we know from the structure deck poll, I'll probably make a predictions or hopes video for that in the future as well. But if Morphtronics get a search card that works like redeployment, then damn, sign me right up. Just an amazing card in general. Then, of course, still 3 machine dupe. You want to see this as much as possible. Opens up so many combos with the Morphtronic part of the deck, especially if you machine dupe Self-On, which just makes so crazy boards, and also having the option for not only to end on some of your synchros, but also end on things like Machina Fortress or the very neat quick play Raigeki effect of Citadel. Then another Morphtronic related card that got a bit cut. I only run 2 junk box here. As I mentioned, mostly used to recurse Self-On. Great way to extend combos. Could probably fit in 3. Same way with Smartphone if you make different choices than I did. But I just currently run 2. Still a great card. Could also see 3 in here. Then the 1 Monster Reborn is with the Equip deck. Just great recursion in general. But now you have more targets for it. Citadel is obviously cool. Metal Cruncher to search. Fortress works as well. So yeah. There is that. Then the 1-for-1, just being able to summon out Self-On from the deck is great. As I mentioned, Self-On is an amazing card, and being able to essentially have an additional copy of it in the deck is fantastic. And I would not run Morphtronics without 1-for-1. Next, Foolish Burial. Now with the added Machinas, especially Fortress and Citadel, you do really appreciate the graveyard setup a lot more. Nothing else to say there, really. Then going into the equip spells, because I still run Power Tool Dragon. Then we have 3 Gravity Blaster. I already mentioned this in the Tech Choices profile. You can run this in equip-based Morphtronics, but I feel like it really shines in this deck because the main appeal of this is that the attack boost stays on the monster even if this card leaves the field, which is really useful, especially if you summon Power Tool, search this, equip this, use its effect, make Power Tool 27. And then I might just tell you now, you target Power Tool for Citadel's effect, pop everything that's 27 or less, Power Tool activates its effect, discards the Gravity Blaster instead, and you still have the 2700 Power Tool on the board, and your opponent probably has lost a few monsters. So it is neat for that. Also, I know I edited it in, but this card does not prevent floating. It only negates the on-field effects. I noticed that during testing, and I think I clarified it in the editing. Then still 3 Morphtronic Reaper unit. I know I run less Morphtronic cards now. This could also be DDR. DDR, I think, is also a good choice here. Any equip spell, really. I just chose this because I like the extension, especially searchable with Power Tool Dragon. So I ran it. And the last spot, it's one of Trap card again. It's not Morph Transition, but it's Machina Turbo. As I mentioned, really great card. Loved this during testing, especially now that sometimes you just don't quite get the dice roll or quite the monsters, Morphtronics you need out of your deck at the moment. It happens if you realize that basically your best searches are luck-based. But yeah, this is just a great way not only to trigger Citadel's effect in some way, shape, or form, but also just to bring out any Machina from decks. So you could, of course, differ in the package. I sometimes even brought him out through this to search Saffron to go into further plays, but yeah, just a cool card. I run it 1. You can cut this if you want. I just like it. Then extra deck. What would an extra deck be without 3 Power Tool Dragons? Great card, even if he's old. Still love him as much as I loved him back in the day. Fetches equip spells, is an Earth Machine, can get quite big if the Gravity Blaster stays on the field for a few turns. Yeah, protects himself through the equip spells, so Machina Kernel, Citadel doesn't directly blow him up and still blows up the opponent's board, which is probably a similar interaction of, I saw a Machina Orcus list online a while ago, which is probably the same kind of interaction you are looking for in that deck, only with Longyesu. I think it's Longyesu and not Dingyesu, the Orcus. Xyz monster, then still 1 Livestream Dragon. I just think he's a cool card, evolved form of Power Tool Dragon. Maybe less useful in this build than in the normal equip variant, but still a neat card. And then coming to the level 8, I was talking about Scrap Dragon. When was the last time you saw this? Because I certainly didn't remember that I had one, but I guess there was a common one in the Legendary Hero decks I got last year. Yeah, the main thing that you want to use Scrap Dragon for is to pop machines you control and maybe don't need for your combos. It's essentially the same with Machina Overdrive. Pop a machine you maybe don't need anymore, trigger Citadel's Graveyard effect. In this case, you're able to pop an opponent's card directly through his effect, so he's great for that, going second. Also has quite the body with 28. Yeah. Shame he's not a machine though, but not every dragon is like Power Tool Dragon. Samurai Destroyer, really cool card in here. Glad I picked up another copies back when I was building Heavy Metal Time Thieves. This is just neat because it's an Earth Machine, level 7, has a better body than Power Tool. Yeah, he negates monster effects during the battle phase, and if he gets destroyed by a card, by one of your opponent's card effects, you can special summon a machine monster from your graveyard, which is neat. Just you have a wide range of machine targets you want to recur in the form of not only maybe Saffron, maybe Citadel, maybe Fortress, and also Power Tool, or even himself, because he can definitely summon himself with his own effect. Still run the one Dawn Dragster. I think after going over Samurai Destroyer and Scrap Dragon, the extra deck is more of a personal thing. I just still run mostly the same extra deck as I did with the equip variant. Yeah, so Dawn Dragster still here, level 7 synchro option. You may go into him even less than in the equip variant, because you now have Samurai Destroyer as another level 7 option, but he's still a great spell and trap negate if you need it. Stalking World spell and trap negates, Beast and Barkian are still here just to shut down those cards respectively. Then I run the one Coral Dragon. Normally this would be Bryoneck, but I just decided to get him out. Also a card you can run, make with your Formula Synchron. Wrong card there. Similar effect to Bryoneck, only that he pops cards. Also cool that he's a tuner, and when he leaves the field you get to draw a card, so yeah, it's cool. But you can run anything you want at this point. Armory Arm, still decided to run it because it's a cool card. I really like the effect. You do have your opportunities to go into this because it's a level 4 synchro monster, and with Saffrons lying around on your board and maybe a smartphone, maybe a Scopen or a Remoten, you might be able to make this and hit in for some more damage. Because this does not run United anymore, so it's lost a bit of its OTK potential, but you still are able to put a good amount of damage on board, and just for a fun casual variant of Morphtronics, I think this is perfectly serviceable. Then the still one Formula Synchron, you're easily able to make this, draw a card, go on a Coral Dragon or any of your other Synchro monsters. Yeah, great card. Still the one Levier, main play being machine duping Remoten, going into him, recurring banished resources, and continuing your plays from there. Still the one Platinum Gadget. I was in an early variant of this. I was running a target for Platinum Gadget's second effect, that being a Silver Gadget or a Gold Gadget or any other Gadget monster. Because if he gets destroyed in any way, shape or form, you can summon a Gadget monster that is level 4 from your deck. Which you can run the target for it if you want. I think Cyber's Gadget is also a target for it, which gets you into... which also makes a token, I think, if it leaves the field. Yeah, but Plat Gadget is mainly here for the special summoning of a level 4 lower machine. And then closing off the extra deck will be the one Linkuriboh still here. You're easily able to make this with a remaining Saffron if you don't want to blow it up to get Citadel back. But yeah, Linkuriboh is just great. And that is it. Machinatronics, or Morphtronics with a small Machina package, depending on what you want to call this. As I mentioned, I am still testing around with the 3 structure deck variant of Machinas, because I recently put in the Union cards and I took quite a liking to it, so I definitely continue testing there. And I will hit you with the profile later. But this is going to be it. Still sorry for the delay, and I hope to see you next time. And until then, goodbye.